Hello, it's Gem Games here once again, and today we are going to add some camera shakes so everything looks a little bit better. So yeah, let's get started. First, let's create a new folder called camera shakes. Now we want to open it and create a new blueprint class. And we want to search for camera shake, and we want to get this legacy camera shake. Okay. Now we want to rename this to CS, like camera shake underscore on land. Oh, what did I write? On land, like this. Now we want to open it, and we want to change this time to 0.35. This blend in to 0.05, like this. And now we want to open this rotation and this pitch from here. Now to the pitch we want to add a -3 to the amplitude and to the frequency just 1. And we want to change this random to 0, like that. Now we want to open this location and we want to open this set and change this frequency to 1 and offset to 0 and this to -1.5. Okay. And now the next thing we want to do is blending time. We want to change it to 0.1. Okay, these were good values for me. Now we can compile and save and close this. And now we want to go to the PP first person character. Oh, actually, first we want to go to the components and PPC health. Let's open it. And now we are in this function. We want to change this a little bit. Okay. First, we want to add here few inputs. First one is player, and now another one. I want to call this not enemy hit, like that, and one more. That was type float, and this should be scale, like this. Now we want to move this a little bit more down. And how can I move that? I have to first move that. Okay, align those. Move this to here again. Okay, like that. And let's move this a little bit more here. And everything like that. And the next thing we want to do is, after we have set this health current, we want to add a branch to here. This branch should be from is player. We want to connect it to the condition, and now I will add a few reroute pins to here. Okay, now it's done. And from there, we want to, actually, let's move this even more. Now, from here, we want to client. Oh, actually, we first have to get the get player controller. We'll move it to here, maybe. From here, client start camera shake. Now we want to connect it to the true, like that. And then we want to connect this to here, and this falls also to here. And now we want to add some reroutes, so it looks better. Let's one here, and one over here, like that. Okay. Now the next thing we want to do is what should we do next? We want to actually from the shake we want to add a select node to here maybe, or actually I will move it to here so it aligns with this one. That everything is aligned. Now this now we want to get from the not enemy hit and connect it to the index, like that. Now I will add a reroute here again, so this doesn't look like a mess on the after we have done this, because there will be a lot of these links. Yeah. Now the false, we don't have to connect anything yet, but to the CS, to the true, we want to connect this CS on land, like that. And the next one, we want to get from the scale. We want to get a select float from here. Select float like this. I will move to here. And now we actually want to add a one reroute here, connect it to here. Now I will again do this alignment. Okay. And this values, the A value should be the scale. This. Now let's add a one more like this. Now everything looks pretty okay. And the P value should be like 1. Okay. The next thing we want to do, we actually just want to get this from here. Make it look a little bit nicer. Like that. Now I'll check if we have everything. So this what this does is, if we are the player, so because we can add this PPC health component to the enemy also, if we are player, then we want to play camera shake when we get like hit, you know, or take damage. Okay. And after we have, or we want to play this camera shake, but the camera shake that we want to play depends on the if the enemy hit us, or we, for example, got damage from something else. So, for example, from the full damage. So, yeah, if we not enemy hit, so yeah, not enemy hit, then true, it's CS on land, for example. Later we can add things here if we get some other things. And here we have to add the hit, like camera shake that we get if enemy hits us. We can create it later. But yeah, now I think this is basically done. Okay, let's compile and save. Now I want to go to the PP first person character, and to here we want to click is player because we are on our player blueprint. And I did it like this, so if we add this to enemies and stuff like that, we don't always have to click this because this is always like meant for the enemies. Like you don't have to click this every time because we only have to add this like one time to the player, so it's easier now to click this. I cannot explain. Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay. Now from the scale, we want to get a select float. Let's move it to here, and the rule should be is ADS like this. And now it's not aligned. Okay, now it is. And from we want to actually, let's move this a little bit further away. Oh, I didn't want to move that one, but it for some reason moved. Okay, now we want to get from here. We want to divide. And the value that I want to divide this is 12. And from here we want to clamp float. And the values I want to use is 1 and 4. Okay. Now we just want to connect this to the A. Oh, actually, we want to connect this to the B. Sorry about that. Connect that to the B, like that. And we want to divide this once. Connect it to A. So if we are ADSing, we want to divide it. The value should be 2, like that. So yeah, now I think everything is done from here. Now we can actually check if we jump from the from the ramp, we can check if it works. Oh, actually, we can just check it here on the ground first. Let's jump. You can see it. The gun moves a little bit more up when we land, so it fits the animation a little bit better. And now also, when we jump from here, it should move a lot more. Yeah. now if we jump through here, it should move a lot. Yeah, now it looks a lot better. Now we want to go to the camera shakes folder, and we can just duplicate this, and let's call it CS on hit, for example. So this is the one that we use when we take damage. And the values that we want to use on that are, the first one is 0.2, and this is 0.1 for me. And this here on the location, we want to put this all to 0, like that. Now we can close this set. And here on the, we want to open this yaw and roll. So first pitch should be like 40, I think. And 1 time and 0, okay. And yaw should be like 10. And this frequency is 2 and 0. Oh, sorry, we can just leave this to random, so it's every time a little bit random. So this one is when enemy hits us, so our camera like shakes to like backwards, and this is like, I don't remember how it is, but like to the other directions. So we want to add a little random rotation to some other directions too, so it doesn't always look the same. So yeah, let's here add also 10 and frequency 2. Now I think that is okay. Now we can add it to the PPC health. To the false, we want to add a on hit, like that. And if you want to see how that looks, we can always add that on the there also. Now if we normally jump, we can just see how it looks. If we take damage, it looks like this. Okay, I think it looks pretty good. Now let's change it back to the, which one was it? Yeah, it was the true. CS on land, CS on hit on the false. Okay. Now everything should be done here on this. Compile and save and close this. Now we want to create one more camera shake. Let's duplicate this CS on land, duplicate, and here's heartbeat. I think that's a good name for it. Then we want to, oh sorry, that was from my another project, from where I'm checking these things that I created before. So I want to change this to 0.3, and that can be 0.05. This should be like 1, 1, and 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay. Now we can just, I can make this also like random, like this. 1, 1, random, 1, 1, random, 1, 1, random, like that. And now these are okay. Also now we can compile and save and close. Now we want to go back to the player HUD here. And now we are here once again, and we want to move this a little bit further. Yeah. Okay. And now we want to get player controller. I will move it to here. And from here, client start camera shake, like this. Connect it to here, and now to here. And now we want to select our camera shake that we want to use, which is CS heartbeat, like this. And now we want to connect this to the scale. Okay. And now to the these values. These should be like, when we are at 0, we want our animation play rate, or not play rate, but play like intense, like strength, it should be 2. So when we are low on health, it should be 2. And when we are full on health, actually, we want to change it to 0.05. So when we take a little damage, it doesn't give us the heartbeat camera shake. So if we go under 75% health, then it gives us, first it gives us 0, but it scales to the 2, the lower we go. So yeah, now I think everything is like good here. Now let's actually check how it looks. So first thing, if we jump from here, landing animation, it looks like that. But one thing actually I want to change, I noticed before, if we jump like here on the flat, it's the landing animation is pretty okay. But if we jump from like here, you can see the player like squats a lot. He goes like so low, like lower than we want at this altitude, or like we're jumping from like 4 meters and we don't want the player like go like to the ground, you know? So let's actually change those little values first. So I think these are the values that I want to change, or what I changed before. I have 25 here. I want to change this to 100. I don't know. I think this was good value for me. And I want to change this maximum like value to 50, like that. Now let's check one more time. Now if we jump here, it should be the same. Okay, it's the same. Now we jump from here, the little squat, and from here, little squat. It looks a lot better. He doesn't go to the ground. But if we jump from here, it should be almost the same than before. Okay, let's check. I think that landing animation looks pretty nice. And now we also added the select node for the isADS variable. So if we are ADSing, everything is like half the value. Like it doesn't use the camera doesn't shake that much. So if we're jumping from here, it should just do a little check. You know, it doesn't go like same as much as if you're not ADSing, because otherwise the gun should be going like off screen or something like that. Okay, I think this is good. Now we want to actually let's add one more thing to here that I just remembered to here. Now if I will show one more time, jump from here, and we get a lot of damage. You know, our screen is shaking, like it's hard to like aim, not hard but harder. And if you're ADSing, it's like super hard also, not anymore, but let's check it one more time. We jump from here, and then we want to ADS on the ground. You know, the gun is going like crazy. It's hard to aim, so let's add a little select node here, like select like this, and now we want to connect this to there. Actually, yeah, like that. So we can remove that because now we can just connect this to the scale. Yeah, like that. And now we want to get this as PP first person character. Get it, and isADS. This. Connect it to here. Like that. And if we are ADSing, we actually we want to divide this value, and let's again divide it with the number 2. Like that. Now let's align this, and to the B we just want to connect it. Actually we want to move this to there so it looks a little bit nicer. Maybe like that. It looks pretty okay. So if we are not ADSing, it is straight this value, but if we are ADSing, it divides it by 2. Let's check how it looks now. I think it should look pretty okay, or at least better. So let's check. Now if we jump from here and start to ADS, yeah, it doesn't go that much, so you still can aim, you know? Okay. I think this heartbeat animation looks pretty good because I don't know, it just looks a lot better than without. But yeah, now everything is here and everything is done here. What else did I have? Oh, actually, I have one more thing to this episode. This is like optional thing if you want to do this, but let's go to the designer. And here we have this sorry, not split screen, the crosshair. And I think I want to add a middle like dot like there to there. So let's duplicate this crosshair right, and let's rename it to crosshair middle, for example. Now we want to anchor it to the middle, and let's change this position to 0, this to 0, and this size to 2.5 or whatever you have on the like smaller value. Now we have it there, and now we want to change this to 0.5, 0.5 like that. And now we have that little like dot there on the middle. So let's check how it looks. Yeah. And later we can add some that we fuck, I don't know. I'm so tired today, so sorry about that. I cannot speak. But later, when we are adding the options menu, we can add a option to like hide that dot or enable or disable that dot. So I think it's a good option to have because some people like that. Okay, but yeah, I think this was all for this video. I think everything looks pretty nice here, like this. We have the heartbeat animation and the camera shake. Yeah, if you're jumping, we have a little camera shake. I think everything looks a lot better than before. So yeah, I think this was all for this video, and if you learned something new, please click the like button. And if you want to learn some like more stuff or watch my more videos of the same topic, then click the subscribe button. And yeah, see you in the next one. Bye.